Hey guys, Wendy here. You've reached my channel, Book It with Wendy. My channel is where we talk all things bookish. Welcome back if you're already one of my subs, and welcome if you're new here. Happy to have you. So today we are going to do a quick book review. I'm going to show you what I'm reading now and a little book mail, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so today, first of all, I hope everybody is doing well. It is a little bit cooler on Long Island, New York today, which is nice. I was out and about this morning. I had my Trader Joe's run. I had a run to Costco, all that good stuff. Doing laundry, all that fun stuff that you get to do on the weekend. So yeah, I'm jumping in on a Saturday today. A little surprise for you instead of yesterday. So yeah, so today I'm going to show you a book I just finished reading, which is Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow. Give my little review on that, and then I'll show you what I'm reading now and a little book now. So this book I really liked. I didn't think that I would, and I'll be honest, the only reason why I even entertained reading this book is because of the hype. Yes, sometimes I do get into the hype and I'm a little curious in the book world. So yeah, I am not a gamer. I've never been a gamer. You don't have to be a gamer to like this book, but I never was a gamer. I used to play Atari like ages ago. I know I'm dating myself. We used to have like teams, all of us, my brothers and I, and my sister-in-law at the time, but that was about it. So this book centers around three main characters. I'm gonna grab my glasses because you know me, I'm never prepared. And I have to, you knew that was coming. Okay, so yeah, and this totally not, but that's okay. So this book does center around three main characters. So we have Sadie Green, Sam the Sork, and we have Marks. And the Sadie and Sam have been friends since like high school. He was in the hospital for a really long time when he was younger, and she had a very sick sister at the time that she would come to visit. And she had seen Sam there, and she started visiting him, and then she had to do community service for college, so she ended up, the hospital asked her if she wanted to track her community service with the time that she was spending with Sam, but she didn't really want to do that, and she didn't do it for community service. She just ended up really building a friendship with him and felt bad for him at the time, and then their friendship just grew after the hospital. Throughout the years they stayed, best buds. So what happened is they stayed friends all through high school. They both were into gaming. She went to college for like programming and games, so it came in handy with games. That she decided to create her own games, and they started collaborating, and they built their own company. And it takes you through the years, all the years of their friendship, and their friend Marks, who ends up being a roommate with Sam. I'm not going to spoil the book. I know a lot of you, have read this already, but I still don't like to spoil it. It's basically about friendships, and my favorite character, I have to say, in this book is Sam. Sadie, I didn't think she was a great character, even though she's one of the main characters. I really didn't connect with her. But Sam, I thought, was a great character. He was very ambitious, very intelligent, very, as much as he didn't want to seem like he was very empathetic. And he just was a strong character in the book, and he's my favorite. How he overcame a lot of adversity, I just loved it. And then how they come together, and their friendship never, they never stop being friends, even though they don't talk for periods in the book. for a while at a time, for several years, they still, realize that they love each other and they have a great friendship. So it's really a book about friendship and working together. So I really like that. So I enjoyed this book. I know I'm probably like the last person to read it, but I don't care. I really liked it. So I highly recommend. The next thing I wanted to show you was the books I'm reading now. So I am reading Beach Read by Emily Henry. There's another book that you're probably saying, I thought she doesn't read romance novels. I thought, she doesn't read stuff like that. And I generally don't. But like I said, and I don't even know, this isn't even really a real thing. But I almost feel like now I'm becoming a seasonal reader in a way, or maybe I always was. I don't know. But I like light reads in the summer. Like beach read's perfect because it's beach read. Like I could read it sitting on the beach with my umbrella and my chair. Perfect. Nothing too heavy. So I tend to, I don't care if it's romance, if it's light romance and just a fun light book to read in between, especially reading like, memoirs and things that I generally go towards. This is perfect for the summer. And it says beach read. So this one I started. And I also, sorry guys, I started reading Under the Whispering Door, which I really love. Love TJ Klune. I did read The Cerulean Sea, and that one was really great. He's very whimsical, great fantasy writer. I don't know how he comes up with these stories, but they're great. Love the characters. I showed you this one already. I love the edges here. And the next one he wrote, his newest one, is In the Lives of Puppets, which I plan on reading after this, but I kind of wanted to read them in order. So this one's really good so far. And then my book mail. Guys, I told you that I really do have to like dial it back with my eBay obsession. I mean, I don't spend a lot on books, on eBay, excuse me. But I have gotten, I get a couple, I've been getting a couple every week, so it does kind of add up. But I don't care, it's cheaper than going to the bookstore, although I still love going to Barnes & Noble and the independent bookstores. Barnes & Noble always gets me because Trader Joe's is right near Barnes & Noble. Costco, right across the street when you're leaving Costco, is Barnes & Noble, and it just hits you. So, Barnes & Noble tends to be, the average book in Barnes & Noble, and I know this was on, I know I'm on a tangent now, so just stay with me. I know a lot of booktubers were talking about the price of books, and they were, they went through there's a lot of booktube videos on that. Like the average price of a book in Barnes & Noble is like $17. On the ones on the table when you walk in, like buy one, get one 50% off and stuff like that. But a new release is usually like $28. So you're talking almost $30 for a new release. So unless it's a book I really, really want to read right away, I don't think I've ever paid $30 for a book, ever. But if I really wanted one and I really wanted to read it, I'd probably buy it if I really wanted to read it that bad. But I haven't had anything I wanted to read that bad that I was going to spend $30 on a book that I can probably get on eBay a couple of weeks after it's out for a lot less. So I don't know. It's not like I'm cheap with books. I love books, but I don't think you have to spend a fortune on them when there's so many other resources other than Barnes & Noble to get a book, at a decent price. Okay, so I digress. All right, guys. So the next thing I want to show you before I went off on a tangent, as I do sometimes, is my book mail. So you guys, hopefully you guys took advantage of some of the primetime deals that they had. They were really good, and I've never read a Colleen Hoover book. There, I said it. I know it's not the popular thing to say, but in the book world, but I have not. I just haven't read any of her books. I know a lot of them are romance, that's probably why, but anyway, they did have a really great sale, and I thought this would, because she always piques my curiosity, and I've seen books of hers going around BookTube for a long time, and people always rave about them. I said, you know what, this was like $20, and this is Colleen Hoover's Reminders of Him, Layla, and Regretting You. So they came in this. 3 books, 20 bucks. So you really can't go wrong. And they came with these cool little stickers from the book. I don't know if you could see them. It's like, it says a quote from the book. I think I should put my glasses on. That would be good. Now that I've forgiven myself, the reminders of Him only make me smile. So this is quotes from the book, and I guess like pictures from the book. There's a trout, a bird, very pretty. And then Regretting is one of them. This one is like a small book, 345 pages. And it says Morgan Grant and her 16-year-old daughter Clara would like nothing more than to be nothing alike. Morgan is determined to prevent her daughter from making the same mistake she did by getting pregnant and married way too young. Morgan put her own dreams on hold. Clara doesn't want to follow in her mother's footsteps, and her predictable mother doesn't have a spontaneous bone in her body. With warring possibilities and conflicting goals, Morgan and Clara find it increasingly difficult to coexist. The only person who can bring peace to the household is Chris, Morgan's husband, Clara's father, and the family anchor. But that peace is shattered when Chris is involved in a tragic and questionable accident. The heartbreaking and long-lasting consequences will reach far beyond just Morgan and Clara. So this looks like something I would really like to read. So that's good. And then Reminders of Him, that's like 313 pages. I'm just telling you guys, I have to say this. This reminds me of something. And I never get any negative comments. I really don't get a lot of comments, which I always tell you guys, please comment. I would love more comments on, like, let me know if you've read any of these books, like I always say, and what you thought of them, please. I got one negative comment from someone, and it didn't bother me at all. It was kind of negative, nothing terrible. But she said something to the effect of, a real reader would not tell you how many pages are in a book. The only reason why I tell you the pages that are in a book, because some people, just so you know, if you want to pick it up, some people don't like big books. Even though the average book is 300 and something pages, you might not like that. It might not be in your sweet spot. So I always let you know, just as an FYI, as a reader, I like to know a lot of times, and I know a lot of booktubers do that. I'm just saying, if anybody's offended by me telling them how many pages are in a book, just don't listen. I don't know. But I always like that myself, so that's why I do it. That's it. But I didn't care about the comment. It's all good. But I just wanted to let you guys know that, just in case anybody doesn't like it, you can comment below and tell me that too. Okay, so Reminders of Him is about a young mother fights to earn a place in her child's life, but is there room for her? After serving 5 years in prison for a tragic mistake, Kenna Rowan returns to the town where it all went wrong, hoping to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter. But the bridges Kenna burned are proving impossible to rebuild. Everyone in her daughter's life is determined to shut Kenna down, no matter how hard she works to prove herself. The only person who hasn't closed the door on her completely is Ledger Ward, a local bar owner and one of the few remaining links to Kenna's daughter. But if anyone were to discover how Ledger is slowly becoming an important part of Kenna's life, both would risk losing the trust of everyone important to them. So that's this one. I know this one's pretty popular too. I feel like I've seen that one around a lot. Layla is the next one. And it says, when Leeds meets Layla, he's convinced he'll spend the rest of his life with her until an unexpected attack leaves Layla fighting for her life. After weeks in the hospital, Layla recovers physically, but the emotional and mental scarring have altered the woman Leeds fell in love with. Leeds whisks Layla away to the bed and breakfast where they first met. Once they arrive, Layla's behavior takes a bizarre turn, and that's just one of many inexplicable occurrences. Feeling distant from Layla, Leeds soon finds solace in Willow, another guest of the B&B, for whom he finds a connection through their shared concerns. As his curiosity for Willow grows, his decision to help her find answers puts him in direct conflict with Layla's well-being. That's a surprise. Lead soon realizes he has to make a choice because he can't help both of them. But if he makes the wrong choice, it could be detrimental to all of them. So this is, again, I consider that light reading, and it's nothing against Colleen Hoover. That's like a light read for me, which is perfect. Her other book that I got, and I think I showed you guys, excuse me, was Things We Never Got Over. I know this is a very popular one, and my memory's going. Things We Hide from the Light is another one. I think they're connected. I think this one's first. Correct me if I'm wrong below. But yeah, I don't mind getting out of, like, one thing that this channel has done among many is it's helped me get out of my comfort zone with a lot of reading. I like trying different genres. I like, getting out of my comfort zone. That's what I think as a reader you should do. But one thing I am planning on doing, and I want to let you guys know, it's not an announcement, but I've always read nonfiction before I got into fiction. And then since I got this channel, I got more into fiction, and that's pretty much solely what I read. But I think I'm going to start a balance and do like for every fiction book, read a nonfiction, because I still really love nonfiction, very much so. And I think I'm going to start doing that on this channel. So you get a little of both. And like I said, I love nonfiction books. Like I used to be solely a nonfiction reader, so that's something I would like to do. But anyhow, that is really it for me today. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Please comment below and let me know if you've read any of these books and what your take is on them. If you like them, if you didn't like them, please let me know. I'd love to hear that. And that is pretty much it. Today is a soul day for me. Quiet, very quiet day. I plan to get in as much reading as possible this weekend, especially today. My children are at a martial arts tournament. My husband is working. All the kiddos are at the martial arts, and I am here doing my thing. So yeah, show me some love. Hit the like, the subscribe below. I appreciate it each and every time. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share the love of books with you, and I'll see you next time.